Don't be afraid of being alone, bro. You may need these times in your life for you to reach that second stage of improvement, that second stage of progress. You might need a drastic change to how you operate socially in order to achieve something physical or mentality wise. Because some people in your life you don't even need. Some people are just like there, they're not even going to be permanent. Like if you're going through high school or college or anything like that, the people that you see there, the friends you'll keep, the buddies, they'll be gone. After all that's finished, those mutual friends that you bump into every day, they're not gonna stay. They go elsewhere. They care much more about themselves than they care about you. And you do as well. And that's fine. We're all human. We all have the similar social workings and internal thinkings. That's fine. But you should now realize that and understand, why am I caring so much about wanting the approval of other people or wanting to be around people all the time, when those people that I'm trying to get the approval of care more about themselves than me anyway? Like, I'm not going to get anywhere if I'm continuing to chase and trying to fit in and trying to blend in. I'm halfway turning into a chameleon by doing this. You need to focus on yourself before you can expect other people to focus on you. If you bring nothing to the table, if you're just there and you're just trying to fish, what benefit do other people get from that? They get nothing. You have to earn something yourself first, so that when other people see you, they'll realize that, okay, this guy's achieved something. He's worked hard towards achieving something which I know took a long time. So I'm going to talk to this guy. I'm going to see if I can get something out of it for myself so that I can try and improve. And that's not, that sounds very selfish, doesn't it? It sounds really selfish, but it's natural. It's fine, because we're all still improving nonetheless. I know the intention may be a bit selfish and, it's not exactly the most moral thing depending on who you're talking to, but we're still improving nonetheless, and it's not something we can get around. As humans, we genuinely care more about ourselves than other people. It's just a fact. But you have to learn that to care about yourself is to also spend more time with yourself as well. Because if you're around so much social stimulation for too long, that's going to become a part of you, and you're going to passively get traits from other people which you yourself don't agree with. And you'll take time to notice that. And by the time you do notice that, that might be too far gone. You might have become a whole different person by the time you realize that, whoa, I've been watching a lot more TikTok lately, or I've been playing a lot more video games than I have lately. Am I doing this to try and fit in with that guy who really doesn't care much about me at all? By the time you realize that stuff, it could be too far gone. But if you start spending more time alone and start realizing who you are and who you want to be, and how it's really not necessary to try and fit in with other people, it's like a superpower, because you realize so much more than other people do. You start recognizing the effects of delayed gratification and how all that stuff is so temporary, but yet so many people chase it. Like, you start realizing so much more, and your thinking patterns become so dead straight and so focused that you start understanding people's psychology more, and people's behaviors and mannerisms. It's a really powerful thing, and it can be damaging if you start becoming a lot more narcissistic and stuff like that. But that in turn can also help you, build strong friendships, find a brotherhood, find your ride or dies, the people that will go to the gym with you no matter what, the people that will work with you, the competitive people, that have high aspirations. By realizing who you are, you can recognize those traits in other people like that, because you understand yourself so well that you can see yourself in other people. Think about that. So spending time alone is really, really, really beneficial. But again, anything in excess isn't always ideal. I'm not going to tell you to go on a 3-month monk mode and just cut off all your family members and friends. Like, I don't want you to do that, because that's going to be very damaging for you in the future. You need a social life. You need to have social skills, charisma. It's really, really important. But again, too much overstimulation with people who you really don't even like that much, it's going to really put a drain on you. And by the time you notice it, it might be too far. If you might start speaking to people as a different version of yourself. You might even put a facade on and start speaking to people as some other guy. Like, you might even bring back your past self and just become him for that brief 5 to 10 minute conversation you might have with your friend, just for the sake of fitting in with someone. That doesn't feel good, does it? That feels awful, because you know that you want to be talking about something more intelligent, something more inviting and knowledgeable and entertaining, rather than that. Did you see that new Fortnite battle pass? Or, oh my god, bro, like, you seen that new video game that came out? Like, we don't want to be talking about that stuff. You want to be talking about something nice, something interesting and intelligent. Yeah, you can have those fun conversations still, that's fine. But those people who do it 24/7, that's when that stimulation just starts building and building and building onto you. And it's hard to really knock that building back down, because, again, by the time you notice it, time might be up. So, manage your time alone and your time with people. And don't always feel like you have to be, a people pleaser or a class clown. Like, you don't always have to seek the attention and, positive reinforcement from other people, because realize it, people care more about themselves than they care about you anyway. So why should you seek the approval of people who really just want self-approval and personal recognition? And it's natural to want that. Again, it's fine, but manage your time alone, manage your time with people, and you'll start realizing a lot more. You'll start understanding yourself a lot more. You'll start finding your purpose. You'll start finding a lot more meaning.